So I'm not the kind of person who travels a lot. Up until recently, I've probably only been to about three countries, maybe altogether. When I got stopped as well, like I first went abroad, not first, but like the last time I'd gone abroad before I got stopped was when I was 15. So it was like 3 years later. So in that at all. So 3 years later, when I finished my A levels, after I finished sixth form college, I went to go Egypt to sort of study Arabic for a year. I took a gap year before I came to university. When I came back, I got stopped under Schedule 7 for a very long time. It was about, I think legally they're only allowed to stop you for about 6 hours before they have to let you go. I think I was stopped for about 5.5, and then I was let go. But yeah, it was definitely a strange experience. The thing is, like, before going into it as well, like, I knew that I was gonna get stopped. Well, not knew for sure, but like, it was a common thing basically amongst us lot who used to go and study and come back. But it's a common thing, like, to expect that you're gonna get stopped. So basically, like, as soon as you come off the plane, they basically tell you, oh, can you step aside? And then they take you to this room. And then before like it even starts, it's like there's a whole search, and you have to empty all of your pockets and all of these things. And they take all of your electronics as well, and any electronics that you have to give them your passwords as well. So my phone at that time, I only had a phone at the time. I didn't have like a laptop or anything, but I had to give them my phone's password. And so they took my phone and went away and did whatever they do.
My incident was when I was traveling to America. So I was on holiday with my father. So with my dad, I was going to New York to visit my cousins. And on the way there, we were in Heathrow at the moment, and we go to the gate, and the lady, she's like under her breath, she's like, "Oh, we were waiting for these two." I'm like, "Whoa, what's this?" And then we go through the gate, and then we get a random inspection from Homeland Security, and our suitcases are checked. We have a body search done, and I'm like, we haven't even got on the plane yet, and already these issues have been started. And once we got on the plane, my dad noticed who else was being, randomly inspected, and we figured that it was all these brothers that had, big beards. I didn't even have a beard at the time, but my dad did, so I guess that's probably why. So we jumped on the plane, and all these we spoke to the others that got interrogated, and they're like, yeah, what can you do? And even once we landed in New York, we went through the security checks, and when it came to me, I had a random inspection as well, so I had to go to a corner, go to a special room, and then I was asked these random questions, like, so, everything about my life as well, like same like Munir, where did I study and whatnot. It wasn't as long as Munir's probably, but it was very long. And I was asked for my brother's phone number, my sister's phone number. I was like, why do you need this information anyways? And how does this help at all? But it was quite an annoying situation, especially after a long flight. But then my dad did, he did tell me, like, be prepared. That's all he said to me, just be prepared. So I tried my best. I mean, I was a 17-year-old, so I tried my best to stay calm.
Damn, yeah. As in for me, I don't think anything I can say will be similar to that. But I think it
I
also,
mean, it's not a competition.
I think something else it highlights is that, other than the media and sort of the aspect of, so although media sort of fuels Islamophobia to an extent, it's like it also fuels fear in Muslims to an extent. It's like all you see around you is these attacks, and like, for example, like hearing that, when Muslims, speak to each other about their experiences, it just sort of builds this us versus them mentality.